Hello, hello, hello. Hello there, everyone. Let's give people a few seconds to come on and have this real conversation that I think is very necessary. Very necessary. But when you come in, if you're a man, put in a number one. If you're a woman, put in a number two. Just for data and research purposes, when I see the answers, I like to see if it's a man that's answering or if it's a woman that's answering. So that's how this works on here. So, welcome, welcome. Hey, hey, hey. So, I am so disturbed. And when I get disturbed, I want to come on. I just want to talk about some things that I am noticing as we are trying to grow and heal as couples, as Black people, as families, as men, Black men. If you don't know who I am Trey Kearney. I am a certified life and relationship coach. I'm the author of two books. It's Healing Time, Restoring Hope in Women After Infidelity, and it's Healing Time, Restoring Hope. Oh, it's Healing Time, Men Hurt Too. I am a boy mom. I have three sons, 27, 22, and 13. I've been through ups and downs with them. I've seen the highs and the lows. I've seen the damage that I've done to my boys. And I'm trying along my journey to correct the things that I've done when it comes to Black men. And I'm trying to speak for the Black man. So over the last 6 years, Black man here, biracial, three boys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So for the last 6 or 7 years, I've been heavily doing research on Black men, collecting data through interviews, through research, and through coaching men. And men have given me their permission to share some of the things that I've learned, not to give names or anything, but to share results and different things that I've learned along the journey. So today I was just looking, right? And this is like, I like to just look sometimes. And so today I was just looking on a lot of platforms where people were talking about relationships. I really don't do a lot of listening to other people because I don't like people to give me their ideas. I like to go by data, facts, and truth, right? So I just listened to some different podcasts, like 25 of them, just snipping in, clipping off, going in. I'm not going to name any of the podcasts because I'm not here to blast anybody. I'm not here to blow up anybody's spot. I'm not here to judge anybody. But what's really disturbing to me was how many Black women, and I'm saying this, and I need my sisters to hear me, were bashing and talking negative about Black men in the name of helping Black women heal, in the name of teaching Black women. I'm like, you can't teach or expect anybody to heal when you are spewing poison. And I need these women who are in relationship spaces to hear me today. And if this don't apply, let it fly. If it's not you, if it's not true about you, then you don't have nothing to say. But it's a lot of women in relationship spaces right now who are uh, relationship experts, relationship coaches, gurus, who are bashing, who are speaking negatively about Black men in the name of healing Black. That is counterproductive. You cannot do that. You can't. You are not a professional, and you need to heal. If you are a Black woman in a relationship space, and you are teaching Black women through negative concepts, through negative comments, you need to go heal. I have to say this. You are still bitter. You cannot teach people from a bitter cup. You cannot feed people from a bitter cup. And it's too much of it going on. And I'm so frustrated to see my Black sisters talking so negative about our Black men and wondering why our Black men are choosing a different route than us. I mean, we have to make it make sense. It starts with us Black women. It starts with us nurturing our Black men. Yes, Black men need help, just like everybody else. Some Black men need healing. Some Black men are ratchet, and so are some Black women. Some Black men are not faithful, and so are some Black women. However, bashing them and talking down about them to each other is not solving a problem for anyone. And it's disturbing to see the Black sisters on every panel that I saw today. I promise you, I went to 25 relationship platforms where there were panels with men and women talking about relationships. And every woman on the panel was bashing and dogging out Black men. And y'all think that for some reason they're supposed to want us? And y'all think for some reason that that's okay. Y'all think for some reason that you are teaching other Black women anything when you are actually dogging out your brother, if you have one, your father, your nephews, your uncles, and your cousins. We have to turn this around. And Black women, y'all doing too much. What you should be doing is uplifting our brothers. What we should be doing is talking about the good things that Black men are doing. What we should be doing is having positive conversations on platforms and on panels talking about how we can fix things, not point fingers. Let me tell you something about the Black women that's on these panels. Let me just tell you something about a lot of Black women. And I have to say this. You have to stop blaming Black men for the choices that you made. I gotta say this to the Black women, and this is in no way judging or bashing Black women. I don't judge people. I don't blame people. I don't point fingers. I hold women accountable for their behavior. Blame causes guilt. Accountability causes growth. And what we have to do as Black women, and I take myself out of that equation because I've done a lot of work on myself, and I've decided and I've chosen not to bash the Black men that were in my life where things didn't work out. And you know why I chose? Because we all have a choice. And where I am right now, and every other Black woman, and I'm speaking of Black women right now, and every other Black woman, where you are right now in your life is based on your damn choices. Like it or love it. Where I am right now in my life today is based on Trey Kearney's choices, not no man from my past, not no man in my present, not no man that's coming, not my mama, not my daddy. After I became an adult, I am where I am based on my choices. And sis, if you don't like where you are, you need to make better choices. If you don't like the results that you have, you need to make better choices and stop blaming it on the situations and circumstances that you chose, that you knowingly chose. You chose him when you knew he didn't have a job. You chose him when you knew he still lived in his mother's basement. You chose him when you knew he had 5 children and 2 of them was project twins and infants. You chose him when you knew he couldn't afford a car. You chose to have 5 babies by him. You chose to have 5 different babies by 5 different men. It is not their fault where you are right now with those 5 different children, because you had a choice to lay down with those 5 men, give them your body, get pregnant, and have a child. You chose. So all of these women on all of these platforms that's bashing Black men and pointing fingers at them and calling them all kind of names, every one of them men that you encountered, you chose the encounter with them. You could have walked away, but you didn't. So own your choices. Now, if you want to teach on platforms about relationships, hold the women accountable that you're speaking to say, when you see a red flag, when you don't like the way something feels about a way a man is treating you, you have the choice to walk away. But for God's sakes, don't blame that man when she don't walk away. And I have to say this. The young ladies that are out here right now, I'm going to say this, and y'all could be mad at me, and y'all call me a mammy, and y'all call me a pick-me, and all that. You little ladies who are between the ages of 25, 35, 40 years old, and those age brackets or whatever. If you are 25, let me just say, if you are 20 to 30, you don't have enough experience, wisdom, and knowledge in relationships to be telling anybody anything. I said what I said. My son is 22 years old. He don't know no more about no relationship than the man on the moon. Only thing he could teach about relationships is what he's seen in the house with me. Other than that, he don't got no wisdom, no knowledge on what nothing is or none of that. And he should never, ever be teaching from the lens of what I've been through. That was my stuff. So all these young women out here and these young men on these relationship platforms, you are in the wrong space. And I'm not saying young people can't teach, because when my son come up here and tell me something about some internet and some social media, he's an expert in that because he was born into it. So he got more wisdom, experience, and knowledge in that because he's been on an iPad since he was 5 and he's 22 now. So I just really got on the iPad in my older years because I'm kind of slow. I'm a little old, but I respect my son in the space where he know what he's talking about. I respect him. I respect some millennials when they come to me and they teaching me about cryptocurrency and they teaching me about some money stuff. And I respect them when they teaching me about technology and all that, because you was born into that. You got all that wisdom, all that knowledge. You know stuff about a phone. I ain't never gonna know about a phone, so I'm gonna listen to you on that. But baby, don't come to me with no relationship stuff and tell me, oh, you think you know everything. No, I don't think I know everything. But baby, when I tell you the path that I went down on and the things that happened to me, I could steer you in a better direction and you won't have to go through, because you will not be sitting on platforms bashing black men with your 25, 30-year-old self, because I'm going to teach you some things about black men. The black men that you're bashing and the things that they're doing are the things that they're supposed to do. They are in their learning phase. Just like I was when I was 25. I ain't know a damn thing. I thought I knew everything, but I ain't really know nothing. But this experience from 25 to 50, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, 25-year-old girl. Let me tell you something. Let me help you out. Because what you saying on these platforms, you steering people down the wrong direction. I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm not sorry to tell you. So go find something else to do. Go, because you speaking from your mother experience. You speaking from the fact that your father cheated on your mother and your father and mother got together when they was 19, 20 years old. So he ain't know nothing, she ain't know nothing. So you was just watching from 5 years old, but you really didn't know what was going on in the back room. Or you really didn't know the real story behind that your mother had slept with her uncle, or your mother had slept with your father's best friend. You don't even know the whole story. You mad at your daddy because your mama slept with his best friend, so he left because she had a baby with him. You don't even know that that's your daddy. And you trying to teach somebody something from the lens of your mama's trauma and your mama's drama and your daddy's drama. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. And them men that you experienced at 19, from 19 to 25 years old, they were supposed to mess up just like you did. I'm tired of people not giving men grace and mercy, because over the years, between the ages of 18 and 35, I made some terrible, funky, bad decisions. And I just so conveniently want people to forget about them. But y'all want to bash black men who made the same gross mistakes between 18 and 25 or 18 and 30. You don't want to give them no grace and mercy to the point where they have learned their lesson too. They get to learn their lesson. We all made mistakes. We all made mistakes at 18, 25, 30 years old, and so did the men. And they know better now, and they're doing better now. But for some reason, men can't change, but women can. You want this man to believe that you changed, but you don't want to believe that he changed. Stop the madness. Stop it. Stop it, ladies. Stop it, black women. Stop bashing black men in the name of teaching black women. It is counterproductive and it is corny. Yup, I said it, corny. Go sit down, go heal. If you have anything, this is right. This is when you know you're healed, right? I'm going to give you a measure of knowing where you at. I'm going to help you locate yourself to be teaching relationship stuff. I'm going to help you. If you have anything negative to say about anybody, and you're trying to teach somebody to be loving, and you saying something negative, but you're trying to teach about love and respect and relationship, you're not healed. You're in the wrong space. I have to say this. I just, somebody got to say it. All of these panels and platforms and all y'all do is talking negative about black men. Please go kick rocks. Go heal. You still bitter. Oh, black men listen. And what am I going to, now you're teaching the young women, what are you going to get out the deal? You ain't going to get nothing out the deal. Because your mindset is wrong. You coming to the table looking for something. So what you're going to attract is a man that's looking for something, or you're going to attract a man that doesn't have anything, and you're going to give him your all, and then you're going to blame him because you listening to the wrong people. Stop it. Stop it. I just had to come on here and have this conversation with y'all tonight because I'm so sick of my black sisters talking negative about my black brothers. Y'all dead wrong, but y'all don't want them to talk negative about you. Y'all don't want them to go date a white girl, but all y'all do is bash, badger, and talk, treat them bad. You can't have it both ways. And for the likes and the follows, I'm sorry, stop it. You are tearing up our communities. You are ruining our culture for a like. You are talking bad about our black brothers for a like. Stop it. We see right through you. And I'm really tired of it. Women out here talking bad about you got 5 different baby daddies. 5 different baby daddies. And I'm not judging you because you made a choice that you thought was best for you at that time to sleep with one man, have a baby that didn't stick around, to sleep with 2 men, have a baby, he didn't stick around, to have another man have a baby with him. After the 3rd man, why didn't you stop having babies with men? But you want us to understand that, oh, I loved him and I thought it was going to be this and I thought we were going to do that. But you don't want to be forgiven to the men that you had these babies with, that you made a choice to have the babies with. You laid down with 5 different men and got 5 different baby daddies based on your choices, but now you're bashing men. That's not what we're doing. We're owning our stuff. I do have 5 different children's fathers. And I made a decision not to have a number 6 because I know that I was making choices based on my emotions. And now I don't want to have a 6 baby daddy. The next man that I lay down with or the next man that gets my body will be my husband. He will put a ring on it. He will be committed and devoted to me. This is a vow to myself. Not fuck them 5 niggas that gave me 5 babies. That was your choice. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, y'all. But the stuff that I heard today about these women talk about our black men is disturbing to me. And for hundreds of thousands of people to sit there, watch your hallelujah, amen, high five, and clap their hands is even more disturbing. I'm tired of this. And people, oh, you sound like Kevin Samuels. No, I don't sound like Kevin Samuels. I sound like Trey Kearney. That's who I sound like. I sound like exactly what I'm listening to when I go to these social media pages and I see women bashing black men. I sound like Trey Kearney, who wrote the book Men Hurt Too to help my men heal. Instead of dogging them out, I gave them a resource. I listened to them. I learned from them. I respect them. I don't care if he's in jail or if he's at the top of his game. He is a human being. Point blank, period. You get to have grace and mercy as a woman because your mother and father was abusive to you. You get to have grace and mercy as a woman because you came from a dysfunctional background. You get to have grace and mercy as a woman because you were traumatized as a child. Men came from bad backgrounds, dysfunctional backgrounds, were traumatized as children, were raped and molested as well, but you don't want to give them grace and mercy. Y'all want to be bashing on platforms. You don't know that man's backstory. You don't know he don't know his father. You don't know his father never gave him a hug. You don't know his mother was a crackhead on the corner and he watched his mother have sex with 5 different men in her bedroom to feed her kids because she was cracked out. You don't know what that man been through, so stop it. And he can't be vulnerable with the world because you're bashing him all over the media, because you're bashing them all over social media, because you're bashing them on all these platforms with sisters who they supposed to be vulnerable with. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm so sorry. I'm just so mad because I am so mad because I went on 25 different platforms and all they were doing was bashing black men. Let me calm myself down. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all forgive me. Please forgive me for my mouth today. But I just sat and I was just on my couch laying down, relaxing my back because I'm having some back issues. I was just scrolling. I said, let me see. Maybe I'm not the only one that's rallied and rah-rahed up for my men. Maybe there's some other sisters, and I couldn't find none. And I'm like, they sitting on here blaming all the men when you knew that man had a wife and you still slept with him. What does that say about you? You mad at him because he ain't leave his wife? Where in your mind is that rational to you? That you were sleeping with somebody else's husband, but he's the only problem. No, you're a problem too, because you sleep with people's husbands. You just as much as the problem as he is. No accountability. Yup, that's it. And when somebody come on here talking about women and accountability, you shaming women, Trey. You a mammy, Trey. Oh, you can't say that. And you judging women. No, I'm not. I'm holding you accountable for your nonsense. I'm holding you accountable for the choices that you made along your journey. Ain't no man put a gun to your head. Ain't no man shackle you to no radiator in the basement. Ain't no man insert his sperm in no kind of way other than you allow him to put his penis in your vagina. So you had a choice in all of this. And you want to bash men and talk about, oh, his body count and men doing this. Man, how many penises have you had in your mouth that nobody knows about? I'm a woman. Don't play with me. How many bones is in your closet? But you got the audacity to be judging our brothers and talking loud on platforms and got the nerve to be complaining about black people, about white people talking about us. You got the nerve to be complaining about white people judging us. Got the nerve to be complaining about black cops beating up black men. You're the worst kind. Because he got to deal with that in the house with you. And this is to the mothers and the sisters and the aunties and the wives. You call him, you're going to be just like your father. You ain't no good. You ain't shit. You ain't never been no good. You got the nerve to complain about any other race, creed, color, profession, dogging our black men out. And it starts with us. They don't even have a safe space at home. So pull all yourselves all the way together. And the next time you get ready to say something bad about a black man, negative, bash him, remember what your mama told you. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Because you are a big part of the problem, sis. And I'm sick of y'all. This one girl came on and she was public with it. So I'm going to talk, oh, I'm not dating black men no more because they have a problem with the color of my skin. So I'm going out to white men. Then go out and date white men, but leave the black men alone. If they don't like you, if they got a preference, then go to the ones that have a preference of you. But don't bash them and dog them out and threaten them that you're going to go date white men. Just go date white men. They don't care. I know lots of men. Lots and lots and lots of men that have beautiful brown skin wives, deep, dark chocolate wives that they love, 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 love. And it ain't about her skin tone. It's about the way she carry herself as a woman. So maybe you might want to ask yourself, is it my skin tone? Because there's a lot of black men that don't like light-skinned women. I'm not their cup of tea. There's a lot of black men that don't like skinny women. There's a lot of black men that don't like fat women. You just not their preference, sis. And if you've decided that you're going to go and taste the rainbow, go ahead. But don't put that on black men. That's your choice. You feel some kind of way about yourself. Because can't nobody make me go date another race. I'm cool with me. I'm cool with me. I don't care about man, woman, or child that don't like me because I'm light skinned. That's their business. That's their problem. They missing out on a wonderful person. So you gotta reflect on yourself of why you even making that a public announcement. I'm not even understanding some of the stuff that I'm seeing. And it's all based around blaming black men, colorism, and black men this. No, boo. That's your perception. You go date whoever you want to date. Who cares? Just leave black men alone, period, and go date other people. Ladies on these panels, when y'all start talking, talk about yourself. If you don't have nothing to say about a black man, talk about yourself. Talk about, I'm going to do this for myself. Don't say black man this, black man that. No, talk about you. Talk about you. Talk about you. Talk about what you brought to the table. Talk about what you need to do differently. Talk about you dated 10 men and none of them married you. You're the common denominator. What am I doing to get this result of a man not wanting to marry me if your desire is to be married? Don't blame the 10 black men that didn't marry you because they don't know each other, but they're experiencing the same you. Sorry. I said what I said. I love y'all black brothers, and I'm so sorry. I am sincerely so sorry about the negativity and the beatdown and the dragging that y'all are getting from your own black women. I apologize with all my heart to y'all for what black women are saying, black women are doing, the vindictiveness. I'm gonna take his money, I'm taking him child support, I'm doing. I am so sorry that we are not better than this. But I have some women around me that are working on themselves, who see, Trey, I really could change in that area. I've had women inboxing me now saying there's some things that I really want to work on myself. You open my eyes. I understand, and it's not about him. And if I do what I'm supposed to do as a woman, if I work on myself and he doesn't receive me the way that he should, then it's up to me to make a choice that this is not the person I should be with, but to not blame him that I'm staying in an unhealthy relationship with a man that's showing me that he don't want me. These are the women that I'm talking to. These are the women. You got to be willing to look at yourself, sisters. Pointing fingers and blaming black men for where you are in your life right now is a cop-out. I said what I said. It's a straight up cop-out. Pull your whole entire life together. Go listen to some good people who could give you some good direction. Dripping 87. I'm going to just say this to you. You need healing. To even have your comment, to come in here with a negative comment, you are the very woman that I'm talking to. You need healing. If you hate black men or you have a problem with the fact that I'm advocating for them, you hate yourself. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say to you before I block you. But I really wanted you to hear that because you really haven't picked yourself. I don't need anybody to pick me because I pick Trey every single day of the week. Every morning when I wake up, I pick me. So I don't need anybody to pick me. So have a nice life. Remember what I said because it's not going to go out of your head. You'll hear me in your sleep and work on yourself. Love you, sis, but go do something for yourself. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sometimes you got to teach before you block. So I love y'all. I just wanted to come on here. She blocked, but sometimes you got to teach before you block because these are the people who need it most. Any woman, I'm not looking at the comments right now because I don't have my glasses on, but any woman on here that has anything negative to say to me and want to call me any type of names, honey, you need to heal. You need to heal. You need to grow up, and you definitely don't need to be in a relationship because you can't control yourself. You can't come on somebody else's live and control yourself. You definitely don't need to be with a man. Don't go drive that man crazy because you can't control your mouth or your fingers. So anytime something happens in your relationship, you'll be on social media texting and tweeting and posting and blaming everybody else. So move on and go find a better life. Go work on yourself, right? Call me names. Doesn't bother me, but I'm going to teach you as I go along. Anybody have any questions? Let's do a quick Q&A. Oh, let me get my glasses because y'all know I can't see without my glasses. Yes, hold on. She hate herself. She don't hate brothers. Let me tell y'all something about women that talk bad about black men. Or women in general, or people in general that talk bad about other people. They hate themselves. They hate that the light that other people have, and they hate themselves because they're not who they want to be. They're not where they want to be in life. So they have to shine a negative light on other people to keep the light off of everything that they're not doing. You are a brave soul. Yes, I am. I'm my mama's daughter. These people don't bother me. Anytime somebody say something negative, all I do is say, poor thing, go heal, go get some help. Any questions? Let me say hello. Hey, Dion, I see you. Hey, Edward. Hey. Please explain how this affects our sons. Oh my goodness. Every time, if you have a black son, and every time you talk negative about a black man, you're talking about your son. Every time you talk negative about a black man and you're a black woman, you talk about your daddy. This affects our children in such a major way. One, it's a trickle down to our communities that young black women and older women are talking negative about black men. You are sending our sons out in this world to be talked down to be judged from a lens of your past. You judging every man and every little boy from two men that hurt you based on your decisions. Based on your decisions. You picked them and had them kids with. That was you, sis. You're absolutely right. Then our sons are confounded about their manhood. That's right. I'm telling you. The son goes after other races. Yep, you're going to send the boys right to the other girls. Right away from us. Right away from us. You can't blame your parents. Healing is our responsibility. That's right. So the sons act feminine. That's a whole nother conversation. Married for almost 20 years. I'm 37. Never saw an example of a marriage woman how to treat a man. Wow. Married for 20 years. Oh, congratulations. That's that. I clap for you for that. Did she really ask that question? Hey, yes, I have a son, and it's sad to hear women say hurtful things. Yes. Trey, I need your book. You can get my book at www.treykearney.com. www.treykearney.com. I will say what I need to say for my brothers all day, every day. I have guests coming on to advocate with me who see the same situations on in these internet streets and in our neighborhoods and in our communities. I have brothers coming from the church to speak on this, to tell about the damage that is being done to them as husbands, brothers, and fathers, nephews, to the damage that's being done to them when they go out into the world, so that women can hear that we get this all day, every day out in them streets. We don't want to come home to this. I'm a father looking for a good brother for my daughter. I know that's right. Hey, listen, your daughter's husband gonna find her, and you just teach your daughter to be the best woman that she can be. And she's not gonna attract anything but a good man. But again, for our women, we have to stay in the space of our goodness, no matter what anybody else is doing. And when we stay in the space of our goodness, our highest version of ourselves, if the person doesn't meet the mark, you got to let them go. That's what you got to teach your daughter. You have to teach your daughter. You're going to meet some men that are not mature yet. They're not bad people, but you're going to meet some men that are just not ready. Don't be mad at them. You just have to let them go. A lot of times as women, we meet men who are not ready. They're just not ready for a relationship. We have to let them go to let them grow. We are enablers. We stay with men who are treating us bad because we want that man more than we value ourselves. We want that man because we're afraid of loneliness, but this man has shown us. And sometimes men just don't want to be in relationship, period. And we as women, we have this misconception that because I've been dating a man for 3 months, now he's my boo and my bae, and he hasn't claimed us yet. So when he goes out and decides that he doesn't want to see us anymore, then she's talking about he ghosted me. No, he was never in a relationship with you. And then we do have men who are just not ready. You can't punish somebody for not being ready. We haven't always been ready. Period. We got to start to learn to own our own choices. Everything that I do, every person is in my space is based on the fact that I allow them to be in my space. I make a choice. If they show me something that shows me they don't belong in my space, I let them go. I haven't always let people go. Trust me. I stayed in a toxic relationship years and years ago, longer than I should have, based on the fact that I did not want to be lonely. I stayed there. That man didn't make me stay with him. I stayed there. I had a child with him. He didn't make me stay there. He didn't force me to have a kid with him. Those were my choices. At the end of the day, I have no right to blame him for anything that I allowed him to put me through. He was unfaithful. I took him back several times based on my own insecurities, based on what I wanted. I wanted to prove to the other women that he's mine. He's mine. That was on me, not him. Because at any moment, all I had to do was say, don't ever call me again. Leave me alone. But that wasn't my choice at the time. But when I began to value myself, I got myself out of the situation. But it wasn't only him. I cussed him out on a regular basis. I could understand why he was trying to get away from me. I wasn't understanding. I wasn't grown either. I was getting voids and plugs filled just like he was. I was getting the best of him, whatever I could get from him, just like he was getting whatever he could get from me. So by no means can I sit here and bash him, talk about him, or anything else. Because why would I? That would only show the level of toxicity that I will still be in. I forgive him. I love him. That's my son's father. We're doing an amazing job co-parenting right now. He is who he is. I am who I am. And I'm not blaming him for nothing. or no other human being on this planet. I'm not blaming nobody for nothing. I'm not talking bad about him to nobody. I'm not comparing notes with his ex, my ex, calling his children's mother. They calling me. No, you don't have permission to call me and talk about him. I'm sorry. No, that's not what I do. But it's a lot of y'all out here that do that, and you blaming the man. Because all y'all toxic. All y'all toxic. So I love y'all. I think my time is up. I've been on here for about 30 minutes. I will see y'all next time. But I want to encourage my Black sisters, especially those of us that are in relationship spaces where we share about relationships, where we are relationship coaches or relationship experts or therapists or counselors, or those of us who have a relationship platform. If you are bashing Black men in any way, if you are talking negatively about Black men in any way, you need to go heal. And if you're doing it in the name of teaching other women, you are bitter and you are spewing hate and poison in other women's minds. What you're supposed to be doing is elevating them and motivating them to do better for themselves, to work on themselves so their next relationship will be productive, so they don't bring the same thing to this relationship that dissolved the last 10 relationships. That's what we need to do. Be accountable for ourselves. Women are mad. You don't hold men accountable. You don't. No, I'm talking to women to teach you from the data that I've collected from men. This is what our brothers are saying that they need because we don't know, because we're listening to the wrong people. This is what ordinary, everyday, hardworking Black men are saying. They are telling us that this is the miss. I am not picking on you as a woman. I'm telling you, your husband comes home and you yell and scream at him, and you need to change that. You have let yourself go. Your husband's not attracted to you anymore. You're talking about unconditional love. I told you before. Yeah, he does love you unconditional. There's no such thing as unconditional attraction. He's not attracted to you. I'm trying to teach you what the men are telling me. I'm trying to teach you from the data that I've collected from men. You are not his biggest cheerleader. You don't support him. He feels out here in this world alone when he is supposed to be able to come home to his biggest confidant and tell you anything without it being thrown back in his face. You are not his mother. You cannot tell him what to do. He is a grown-ass man. He does not want to be told what to do. He does not want to be pushed around or pushed around, bullied. He doesn't want to be emasculated. He's a grown man. And I'm only telling you what the men are telling me. So if this is not for you, it's okay. But I'm only here to help you. I love you, ladies. I love being in a relationship with one. Please let that man go. Please, you are abusive. And that's another thing I need Black women to understand. Just because you don't put your hands on a man doesn't mean you're not abusing him. A lot of y'all are verbally, emotionally, and mentally abusive. You are yelling and screaming at that man in that house. You are withholding sex. You are giving him silent treatment. You are doing all kind of things that are mentally, emotionally, and spiritually just abuse. It's the same as him knocking you upside your head. You yelling and screaming and cussing at him and calling him out of his name is the same as him knocking you upside your head. The damage is done. But we'll talk about that on another live. I love y'all. I gotta go. Remember what I tell you at the end of all my broadcasts. You deserve the best. Now go get it. Peace and blessings. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. And if you need me, you can go to my website, www.treykearney.com, www.treykearney.com, or you can go and follow me on Instagram at Trey Kearney, but I'm more on TikTok now than I am over there. So if you're on TikTok, you're in the right place. But don't forget, on Friday, I'll have my special guest, Sherilyn Ross, talking about the 4 things a man needs on my YouTube channel. and my YouTube channel is New You Nation Network. New You Nation Network. I'll see y'all over